Hi first graders, it's Miss Charlie from the Salmon School Garden. So for the adults that might be helping you watch this video, since not everybody gets to come to the school garden and meet me, my name's Charlie Williams and I'm the outreach coordinator at Lemhi Regional Land Trust. And my involvement with the Salmon School Garden started in 2017 when the organization I work for, the Land Trust, bought the Salmon School Garden property. We were able to use a donation from one of our founders, Fran Tonsmeyer, as from part of her estate to buy the school garden property, and we did that to make sure that the school garden always has a permanent home because we knew the committee was leasing the property from year to year and we didn't know if there was going to be a garden the next year or not. So when we stepped in and bought the property, I had the opportunity to join the school garden committee and begin teaching some classes in the school garden. So one of the classes I get to teach every year is first grade. So first graders, normally you guys would get to come to the garden and we would walk through this, but this week we're going to do a video and we're going to learn a little bit about the life cycle of the sunflower because that's what first graders plant every year in the garden. So you guys might remember last year you came and met with me in the garden and you harvested the sunflower seeds from the previous year. So, but before we plant the seeds, we need to know a little bit about what the life cycle of a sunflower looks like. So when we start with the seeds, those are the same seeds that you guys harvested last year, and then we'll plant them, and when we put the seeds in the ground, and they have some water, so they have a little bit of moisture and some warmth from the sunshine, they start to sprout and they get a little tiny root on them. Then as they grow, eventually they'll poke up through the dirt and we'll start to see a little sprout. And as they get bigger and bigger, we'll get a baby plant that'll get taller. The stem will grow taller. We'll get some leaves on it. And then as the summer goes on, we'll start to get adolescent plants or blooms. So that will be the part where we have a nice tall stem, and then there's just going to be a little bit of green, but there's not going to be the bright yellow sunflower yet. So then later in the summer when the sunflowers get really big, so we're going to plant what's called mammoth sunflowers. So they'll get great big and tall. They'll open up and we'll get these bright pretty yellow flowers that you guys will get to see when you come back and visit the garden, either in the summer or later in the fall. So what I'm going to send home with you, what Miss Sporn and Miss Lamore have included in your packets, is a coloring sheet that's all about the life cycle of the sunflower, so you can practice that and remember it, so that next week in your packets that go home, you guys will get to plant your own sunflowers, and I'll be back with another video and we'll talk a little bit about planting your sunflowers. So we'll see you next week.